Drake, are you coming? Oh, hey, glad you could join us, Drake. Wow. Hey guys, it's the Watchmen. Yes, I know.
We're back.
Back
in
again.
business.
Back in business. Trying to spit these out for you guys. Whoever actually watches, we don't know, but whoever they are. Anyways, we saw The Nun today. Wow, what a showstopper. What a groundbreaking horror film. No one has ever seen a blockbuster horror like this, ever. Yeah, The Nun is a prequel to a character that's fucking spooky from Conjuring 2. That's true. Drake, what do you want to say about it?
I was very excited.
Yep, me too.
My hopes weren't super high, but I was very excited because the nun from The Conjuring 2 was like one of my favorite parts of that movie because she was just super creepy. Her face, just everything about her, like a super creepy character. So I was looking forward to seeing how they can, what kind of scares and what kind of suspense they can bring by a whole movie revolving around her, but I was so let down.
I've never seen a movie titled something where it doesn't actually like almost ever show the thing that it's titled. You know, I'm pretty sure in The Conjuring 2 you see the nun more than you do in this movie.
Yeah. And here's the thing. The nun isn't even like the major antagonist. I guess she is because she takes these different forms, but it's almost
no spoilers.
It's like I know, but it's like never.
It's never
her. It's something else that she's.
Yeah.
Which I didn't find these things that she was taking control of. I didn't find nearly as scary as her.
Yeah, the movie had probably some of the most uninteresting characters amongst any horror movie. It made me feel like I was watching Annabelle, the first one, just that awful piece of junk where they just have these awful, uninteresting characters.
Well, yeah. Before we go on, one more thing about the nun herself. Like we talked about after it was over, either when they showed her, which wasn't often, they either showed her from too far away where it was dark so you couldn't see her face, and her face is like the scariest part, or she was too close to the camera and too in your face where it was like
it's too much.
I'm not
too
saying
much
that
and also too little at the same time.
I'm not saying that it's unreal.
So it's weird.
Like the movie itself is realistic, but when she's that close in your face, it's like it's like getting out of control. Like we get it. You don't have to.
They changed her visuals too, kind of like her face. They changed her face. She looked a lot more like white, and when she did her straight face, even like that was more creepy. Now she's like smirking
like
in the movie,
a big wide mouth.
She just looked like a possessed human. It just didn't look right. She didn't look.
She was a lot scarier in the second one, or in the second Conjuring than she was in this.
And then the movie had some of the most strange way of like, not just the editing, but the way it worked, the way it sort of felt like other movies. The movie turned from like Dawn of the Dead, and then turned back into like a blockbuster, predictable horror, and then all of a sudden goes into Indiana Jones, like adventure transitions where they're fading to the next location as they're moving on. You know, they should have just put the damn map, a big map, and then a big red dot as they're moving throughout the house. Because that's what it felt like.
And then talking about the puzzles.
And the puzzles? Oh,
they reference these puzzles a lot. And
this is the only... It's not even really a spoiler at all because it serves no purpose
Early in the movie, there's a line where she's like, oh, this isn't just another one of the puzzles.
Look out for the puzzles.
I had no idea what she's talking about.
Got a real knack for that.
It was really...
Sister.
And then it was... And movies... Like, I really like the Insidious franchise, and I really like the Conjuring franchise. Both movies, like most mainstream horror movies, telegraph jump scares. So the way that the camera is set up.
The way it moves.
Yeah, the music.
Especially a slow pan. A pan is
always...
When a
or
pan,
if a character's turning around, and they stop for a while, and then they turn back, you know something's going to be there. But this movie... It does that. Every single jump scare is like that.
I'll be honest. I got jumped probably once. Okay, You'll know what it is. There's like a little boy. He's going off, spooking me. It's just not. It's heavily predictable. It's probably the lowest end of a blockbuster horror movie.
The jump scares aren't scary because you see them coming, and just the fact that they're not that
I like
scary.
how also that like it's just fog machine galore. Like literally, it's just like somehow the nuns in the castle like literally like lit up their fog machines just so you could it's unnatural. It's that thing with how horror movies, when it comes to their visuals, they just shove it down your throat that it's supposed to be dark. Oh, it's a horror movie. Here's some dark setting, dark blackness that you can't see anything, and they just like shove it down your throat. And then they throw in fog machines everywhere,
and nothing
doesn't make any sense.
And then just nothing was explained. Why were characters where they were? Why
are they mentioning? It doesn't make any sense. It's
one
a mess.
The one thing that comes to mind that I did enjoy and I did like, there was nothing wrong with the music. I thought the music was fine. I liked when you would see the nun from far away. There's kind of like this Gregorian chant,
this weird,
which I kind
choir,
of liked,
like deep voice choir, which was like,
which I did like. That's one thing I did like.
That was cool.
And then one other thing that I did like is some of the cinematography, some of the shots, like in the castle, and there was like some red light was coming through, and like wide shots of rooms. I thought looked pretty good.
I like that shot in her coming out of the water. I won't say when or where that is, but I'm saying that shot.
Yeah,
that was kind of spooky.
Yeah, and just the shots of the castle when they were inside. Specifically with red light, I don't know why there was red light or where it was coming from, but it looked
I have no
good.
idea. There was a couple areas in throughout the movie that had these random sort of red lights everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know why, but
chapel.
I like. Yeah,
in that
that's
chapel.
what I'm talking
No,
about.
I know that chapel, but then the other one, the bigger one.
Yeah.
There was like a red light in the background, like way back in like
I don't
the
know.
hallway.
I don't know why, but it looked cool. So I'll say that I enjoyed that.
I don't know.
But yeah, not good. Very disappointing.
It has some very randomly, awkwardly placed comedic relief, which is I thought it was very strangely placed.
I didn't think it was necessary.
From one character.
It was like they were trying to be.
So hard.
They were trying to be the two guys from Insidious. Like they were trying to introduce like.
Oh yeah.
Those two guys.
Specs and whatever the guy is.
But though they were actually funny. Like they made me laugh in those movies.
Because they're good characters. They're interesting characters.
The comic relief that they throw in this movie is totally unnecessary.
Unnecessary
and
like, very out of place. It
like
just doesn't
awkward. Work. And I couldn't understand him at times. There were times when he was talking where excuse me?
And then like I said, the movie wavers between these multiple different like feels. Like I said, a zombie action movie.
And there were
Indiana Jones adventure, and then it just is weird, and then superpowers, and then like you'll know what I mean when you see it. But I'm saying it's just a mess.
And a lot of zombies for no reason.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a zombie action movie.
There were more like these zombie type characters than the nun, which was so disappointing because that's what I was looking forward to see. That was the major selling point when they were in trailers. She was the major selling point in the advertisements on YouTube. Her face was the major selling point, and that was totally lost.
Overall, amongst the other Conjuring world type movies, I would say, obviously,
I think I preferred Annabelle better than this movie.
Annabelle?
No, Annabelle I liked better than this movie.
Annabelle I think is still the worst. It's definitely the worst.
But that actually had a couple scares, like when the girl's running in the hallway and then
she's like a big, she's like an adult running at you.
Like there were a couple scares in that movie that I thought were effective. Mm-hmm. All of the scares in this movie were cheap. All of them. Even the parts where they were trying to be eerie kind of worked in the beginning, but then nothing came from them. Yeah. So... This in the Conjuring universe movies,
and also randomly placed plot points, physical plot point things. Like you'll see what I mean, but like where things like, wow, where the hell did that shit come from? It doesn't make any sense.
This in the Conjuring universe movies, I think, is the worst in my opinion.
Second worst. Annabelle's still the worst for me. I still really did like the first Annabelle. Conjuring 2, I like the most.
Watch it because you'll see that it's not as bad as what we just watched.
I don't want to rewatch it.
Okay, well.
You like Conjuring, the first Conjuring.
I like the first Conjuring the most.
I really like the second one.
I like the second one too. The second one's really good.
They're both really good.
But I like the feel
Yeah.
and the story of the first one better, but that's
No,
a
I like the
different-
story of the second one better, but overall, I think they're both good. Animal Creation also
Not bad.
surprisingly
Not
good.
bad.
Like actually surprisingly, I wasn't expecting it. Anyways, we're not talking about that. Anyways,
The
for the
Nun.
most part, The Nun, I'm gonna say 4 out of 10.
Yeah, maybe a 4, a 3 or 4. It wasn't awful. I didn't want to
It
walk
wasn't-
out
Yeah.
at any point, but it was not. I wouldn't even.
Nope.
Don't even like rent it.
Nope.
You can go without seeing this movie.
Yep.
The other thing that I did like, I forgot about this, is at the end of the movie they do a tie-in to the first
To
time.
other, yeah. Well, just a tie into the Conjuring's characters.
Yeah, which I think James Wan is really good at doing that. Like he does that in The
But he
Conjuring,
didn't-
and he does that,
He
and
didn't have any control of this.
he made the story.
He was a
Did you see that?
yeah, because I think they're saying when they say he made the story,
No, I
is that
think
it's
he
based
helped
on
create the story.
from that world.
No, I think he helped create the story. Anyways,
Maybe.
James Wan is good. In the Insidious movies, they all tie into each other. In Conjuring movies, and in this movie, at the very end, there's a good tie-in. But other than that, it
Point
was
is,
a
4 out of
disappointment.
10, no good,
Yeah, not good.
disappointment. But yeah. Well,
Hey, these upcoming weekends, every weekend for like months, there's a movie that we're interested in seeing. So check your subscription box for more videos. But thanks for watching.
thanks. Don't forget to,
Comment, like, subscribe, share, enjoy, laugh, cry.
click on that thumb, please.
Okay, bye.
All right. Good luck out there. Bye.